Well, hello everyone. Here to show you the Dora the Explorer and Money Teacher coloring right here. As you have right here is talking about with Money Teacher, and you have right here is which I went ahead and drew and colored. You got the Dora the Explorer, and then along with say is the printed money, and then right here is like a few math facts is so far as teaching you the basics about math, and which we all would probably think that with money that if it's received or if you earned it or whatever, that a lot of times is that it comes into your pocket, that you're pretty much using the basic say mathematician it is by addition and division, subtraction and multiplication it is, along with to say with the math problems, and we had included the blocks right here. It's like one block would represent is building your savings, and then if you got one block or two blocks, and then along with pick up sticks, it's like if you could pick up sticks to collect maybe $10 or something like that. But I would probably say that math can be fun if you can maybe just like do like an activity like this, where if you draw something on paper that with glasses, it's like with the buy yourself maybe a pair of glasses that maybe you don't need anymore after about maybe a year or two, something like that. But here to talk to you about coloring, it's like talking about is that money is that one way to make money. That last step you say that I was probably thinking in my own definition. I didn't even bother to have my notebook with me, but in my own definition about money is like money lasts forever only when you teach yourself what you call that valuable lesson by saying is that if you do the figuring out of solving the problems, then more likely that you'll get the money is like the money method you earned, and so far it goes by is that certain job is that the job is to what you call is if it's work or if it's that certain allowance. And with Dora the Explorer is like what it shows on on this little coloring right here is the fact that if it's to climb mountains, or if it's the fact is maybe you run a couple of miles or something like that, get involved with the Olympics, anything like that, that more likely that you could probably think about is that money from your own pocket, if it's traveling traveling at different parts of the world it is, or if it's due to the fact that it's like maybe it's like whenever you're 7, 8 years old, a lot of times it's like a lot of kids are be like that yep, well too young to find a job, so I'm gonna need to rely on my parents or grandparents or whatever, ask for it's like that I'll put it down on my Christmas list if I want a gold diamond or anything like that. That more likely that you'll ask for them from your parents, and more likely that the parents would probably say that hey that with money that it's like if you want to make it out in cash or make it out, would you say it's like a little gift card or whatever. A lot of people say is in making it in a gift card, that you'll make it to where that you go to the store and spend it however you like. But then of course a lot of times they say that they are non-refundable. It is. But on the other hand too, that with that Money Teacher is it talking about is like ways to save money, and then of course ways that you can is like use the money properly. And the way I think about it is like with money, the money spent to buy that certain item, a lot of people probably say that it comes and goes, to where that it's like yeah, add the pink right here for like the shirt, for the outfit. But a lot of times the money that is earned out of your pocket goes to the fact about that for what you work hard. If you want to buy yourself like a little carry bag, or if it's gold, diamond, or anything like that, and it's like necklace, jewelry products, or anything like that, that more likely you could probably think about is like with the Dora the Explorer if you run around. But it is a use kind of an example I'll be using right here in markers. It is you got a choice right here of about 8 markers, and I go ahead and draw right here between the other than with flavors. I was saying that each flower would maybe represent is like a flavor. It is you got like a see kind of like like a little petal, the petal like flower right here, and then of course maybe a little daisy right here. That the daisy would represent. It's like that the silicon type flavor, anything like that. The type of flavor that you would normally think about if it's going to be apple or cinnamon or sweet cake or something like that. That you could probably think about each flavor would represent is like the number of points that you earned. It's like you go shopping, and a lot of times it's like you'd say if you want to use flavors as an example, or if you want to go ahead and use like you say as flowers as an example, but you could maybe do both, but use kind of like as flowers, as use flowers as an example. That if you were to use flowers as an example, and then go ahead and say add points along with it. The way you manage your money properly, then a lot of times it's like the way you put money in your pocket is more likely. You could probably think about is that with a lot of our money, the way it's spent, it is that the more likely that's the way it is about other with the pine cone right here. The pine cone is like so far with pick your choice between. It's like with the flowers. If you want to buy a few flowers, that may only last for a little bit, or if you want to say buy a backpack, or if to say it's like maybe a lot of people will probably say that if you want to say buy a reading book, it's like if you want to write, it's like for the word, it's like for count. And more likely, a lot of people will probably think that with the word count, it's like points by the count, or it could be money, or it could be credit, or it's just something like that. Points earned. It could be a gift card or a credit card, anything like that. A lot of times they say you have to be 18 or older to do that. But other than that, you got that with the math right there. But anyway, I would probably say that with my money teacher, that I can maybe go on for maybe 2 hours about this and maybe not get bored with it. But it's like maybe it has something to do with maybe colors or whatever, right? But anyway, but a lot of people probably say that you never were good at math, and more likely, I guess you say that you maybe are if you're horrible at math. But most teachers would probably say that at least try. You can at least always try, to be good at it. But other than that, you got right here is that the money right here, and if it's money from another country, is say if it could be we say the money from Japan, or it could be China, or Indonesia or something like that, or the American style type money. That more likely you could probably think about is that with most parents, they would probably say that it ain't worth printing making counterfeit money. It's like not to you say is counterfeit money. That your time say your time is not worth it. That the fact about coming up with the idea for counterfeit money. Making fake money so that way you can go shopping or whatever, because more likely they could probably say that really fake money is just gonna, if I could describe the definition in my own words for fake money, fake money really is just gonna give you like a false report knowing about that it's just a bunch of, it's money that would say almost exactly like the real printed money, but then on the other hand too, that it is miscounted, from the actual money. And if you want to make a, print money from your own design, more like they say you can do that. But on the other hand, too, that gives them an idea, to know about, hey, if you want to give us an idea, if you want to give the United States Treasury, an idea for what they should use on the bills, if anything, you can probably say that, keep that in mind. It's more likely in the next 5 or 10 years from now, then more likely that you may use your ideas. But I would probably say that with me, that if I want to come up with the idea for what you say a custom-made bill, it is a custom-made dollar bill, which I would probably say including maybe just like a little icon right here. It's like the icon for maybe the list. If I can make up my own my own money design, more likely I would probably say that more likely maybe something to do with ancient history or anything like that, or something to do with the fact about something interesting, maybe anything related to say a famous painting, or maybe any type of computer work. More likely would be like say so-called valuable. But other than that, it's like it is talking about, it's like the things that we buy, that we use our money for, just say buy toys and stuff. But other than that you got right here, that the blocks is like the blocks for, it's like take things step by step, for the amount of money that you make. But other than that, it's like the sign, that sign for so far as the money teacher, as I know, is that sign is to represent, to do something. Let's say what you call so far what you call say artistic, is basically about, it's like you do like a little sign right here. And of course, with most people would probably say, if they were to pay their bill online, they don't really want to mess with all the buttons and stuff. But then more likely you may want to mess with maybe a few colors, is do like a few zigzags right here. And then for the sign, is if you want to put something, do like a zigzag, and then go ahead and maybe put a number right there. It's like for number 7 right here. Yeah, number 7, and then like what you call a little cent icon is like for number 7. And with that number 7 could give you, is like, is that with the, say, the point up, it's like between 7 ways. 7 ways to how to solve a problem, or it could be is like your 7 chances to know, is that it's like you taught yourself a lesson. You taught yourself a lesson by this, is that that lesson learned is to know, is like how well the money is handled. But other than that, it's like with so far as the research, let's say along with Boots, for Dora the Explorer, say the activity, and says this is like the activity and money teacher color.